Hyvää päivää. This is about the uniqueness of the Finnish language. Suomen kieli, as they call it in Finnish. This is my second video about Finland. I hope you enjoyed the last one. I'm doing this particular video about Finland because of the uniqueness of the Finnish language. As I say, it is unusual, to say the least, and very much different from any European language, and completely different from the language of the Nordic region itself. So, as I said, hyvää päivää, which means hello or good day in a very formal way. You can also say hey rather, or moi, which means hello. Both mean hello, and also I'd like to say Nemeni on Michael or Mike. So that means my name is Mike. So, although the Finns have much in common with their Nordic neighbours in terms of history and local connections, and of course, as you can see in the background, a very similar flag, the Scandinavian cross in the background. And of course, another thing I'll say, seeing as I'm talking about the particular flag, it represents the blue represents the lakes in Finland of the countryside, and the white represents the snow. So you can imagine that in winter, the blue lakes and the white snow. So in terms of language and ethnicity, they are very different from the other Nordic Scandinavian countries. The language is part of what you call the Finno-Uralic group, which includes Estonian, Hungarian, and possibly, I'm not entirely sure of this, Turkish, but you'll have to check me on that. Yeah, and there's other minor dialects which surround Finland. The origin of the Finno-Uralic languages came from the mountain range in central Russia called the Urals. The mountains stretch from the Arctic to the Ural River in Kazakhstan. Finnish and Hungarian are not mutually intelligible. In other words, they can't be understood by each other. And well, you know, while they're speaking in their native tongues. I would say it's even easier for an English speaker to understand Swedish than it is to understand, from a point of view of Finn, to understand Hungarian, for instance, but they are related nonetheless. Worldwide, there are 6 to 7 million Finns in area, and where there are significant Finnish-speaking populations, they include Sweden, as you expect, Norway, Russia, Canada, the USA and Brazil, and quite a few other countries as well, in varying degrees of population. There are, of course, different dialects, such as the Kven and Forest Finns of Norway, the Volga Finns and the Karelians of Russia, and the Meänkieli of Sweden. And there's there's a few other dialects that I can't quite remember at the moment. But there you go. Also included in these dialects is the language of the Sami, or Laplanders, as we call them. And they, of course, live across the Scandinavian peninsula, in Sweden, in the Arctic Circle, in northern Norway, and Sweden and Finland. As I said before, Finnish is called suomen kieli, and within Finland itself there are several dialects. For instance, Southwest Tavastian, South Ostrobothnian, Central and Northern Ostrobothnian, Parapoiola, Savolian, and South Karelian, of which they are mutually intelligible. Now, there are lots of borrowed words in the Finnish language, which would make it easier, particularly for an English speaker, such as busi, meaning bus, pankki, which means bank, as you can hear, very similar, and demonstroida, which means to demonstrate. And there are several other words borrowed from other languages, not just English. It is gender neutral, and hen, I can't quite pronounce it very well, hen or han means both he and she. And now I know gender nouns as in what you say, for instance, Spanish, el and ella. And so that's make Finnish easier. Now, it's known for being, some would say, because it's so different, it's a difficult language to learn. But in some ways, it is easy, because the words are completely different from French or Italian or German or Swedish or English. That's what makes people believe that it's complicated or difficult. I guess in a way it is, if you're learning completely different new words that seemingly, you can't link to other words because they're just, completely unconnected. But these are the ways it's easier. And also, there is no definitive or indefinitive article. A bus is the same as the bus. Could be difficult, but no, it's not. No. If you're saying and if you're saying there's more than one bus, you put an N on the end, I believe. So it's for instance, busin, which is more than one bus. Another thing is that the words are pronounced how they are spelt, not like English. Words like through and tough, spelt in the same way, the O-U-G-H, but sounding different. Finnish is sounds completely how it is written, so that makes things easier in that way. And the when sentence is much like as the subject, verb, and the object. Now, the long words you see in Finnish is because they link one word with another word, and so it looks like a long word, and so these are the ways it's different. But it's part of the Nordic region, has connections with Russia, and a certain large genetic pool of Russians are of the Uralic ethnicity, especially in northern Russia. Now that's about all I have to say. Now, so I will be talking more about Finland at another date, and I will specifically go into the Finnish language itself, and I'll do it when I've researched it myself. I shall give a Finnish lesson in this video series. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you'll be watching in the future. Next I shall probably be going on to one of the other Scandinavian countries, probably, yes, the three I haven't really talked about so much, and which is Norway, Denmark or Iceland, or maybe even the Faroes, because that is a separate country. So anyhow, thank you for watching. Hope you watch my videos in the future. Goodbye for now, and of course, Kitos, and there we go. Thank you. Goodbye.